Have you ever wondered who was the youngest player to debut in Chivas? On this video, we're going to talk about 6 of the youngest players that made their debut wearing la rojiblanca. Let's go. Javier Hernández, Yael Padilla, JJ Macías, Salvador Reyes. Yes, if those names ring a bell, you are correct because we are going to talk about the youngest players that ever made their debut wearing la playera rojiblanca. And as we know, in recent days in Liga MX, a record was set because the youngest player had their debut and also scored a goal. So I figured this was the perfect opportunity to give our players the proper recognition. And also, because remember, Cantera Rojiblanca, let's give a huge shout out to Cantera Rojiblanca because this is the platform for all these very young promises of Mexican soccer. So without further ado, if you want to know who made this list, please keep watching.
For the longest time, Chivas has been the core of the future promises not only for El Rebaño Sagrado, but for Mexican soccer as a whole. And we have to give a proper recognition to Cantera Rojiblanca, who is responsible for training and directing our players from a very young age to compete at the highest of levels. From El Campeonísimo until just last year, these are 6 of the youngest players that made their debut with Chivas.
Disclaimer: some of the following footage is old and not the best video quality. We like to call it vintage GOAT videos. Please enjoy.
Let's start probably with the youngest of players that ever debuted with Chivas, and I'm very proud to announce that this is a Chivas femenil player, Dana Sandoval. Just days before turning 16, she made her debut in the match against FC Juárez. Remember that she is a very offensive player in the outside with great running conditions and a very skilled and offensive one-on-one. She is to this day one of the youngest players to ever wear la playera rojiblanca at a very young age.
Caro Jaramillo, por dentro para Iturbide. Iturbide se gira y deja para Monse Hernández. La va a poner al área Monse. Tiempo y espacio. Centro al segundo palo. Remate. ¡Gol!
It was at only 16 years old when head coach José María Casullo gave Salvador Reyes the opportunity in a match against León, and from there he began to write his story as a Chiva hermano. Salvador Reyes was vital for the team's transformation into El Campeonísimo, winning 7 league trophies until 1965, as he was the red and white top scorer for 6 consecutive seasons, including 1961 and 62, when he scored 21 goals and proclaimed himself as campeón de goleo.
Yo debuté muy joven. Tengo 52 años de que debuté, porque debuté muy chico, debuté a la edad de 6 años. Soy Chiva, como te digo, vuelvo a repetir, desde niño, desde mascota. La gente a veces no sabe o no recuerda. Mi papá jugó en Chivas, yo jugué en Chivas, un hijo mío también. Entonces han sido 3 generaciones. Yo salía de mascota en el Guadalajara de niño.
Going into my personal favorite, this is actually one of my GOATs, don't tell anybody. Paulo César Chávez made his debut with Chivas at only 17 years old in 1993 in a match that El Rebaño won 2-0 against Puebla. He reached greatness with Chivas by becoming champions in the summer of 1997 in a tournament in which he scored that goal that was actually compared with the one that Chima Ruiz scored against Toros Neza. And speaking of greatness, another one of my personal favorites, Javier Chicharito Hernandez, debuted with Chivas on September 9 of 2006 at the age of 18 in that incredible win of 4-0 against Necaxa, in which, by the way, he scored that last goal at the 83-minute mark. The score of 3-0 under the manager of Chepo de la Torre, Hernandez came on as a substitute for Omar Bravo in the 82-minute mark before scoring the fourth goal in the game 5 minutes later. We're getting closer to the end of this countdown, and now we have José Juan Macías that at age 17 made his debut with Chivas on July 22nd of 2017 when he made his appearance in Liga MX as a substitute in the 64-minute mark for Isaac Conejito Brizuela in the tie 0-0 against Deportivo Toluca. And last but not least, one of the youngest that ever made their debut with Chivas just last year. Yael Padilla debuts and scores his first goal in a professional tournament at the age of 17 years old and 196 days with the Club Deportivo Guadalajara on match day 1 of Apertura 2023. His debut was particularly special because remember, on that day, he scored a goal and was assisted by Fernando Nene Beltran and Victor Guzman.
Puesto que desde niño ya nací siendo Guadalajara y así voy a ser hasta que me muera.
And there you have it, Chiva Hermanas and Chiva Hermanos. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. So this was a very fun video to make, actually, because I was thinking, what was I doing at 15? And these incredible players were already making their debut in professional soccer. Hi. So yes, this was very fun to make. And also remember that if you have somebody else that you wanted to be included in this video, please leave it in the comment section down below and we can always make a part 2. Before you leave, you know how it works. Please follow us on all our social media platforms so you can stay informed for the latest information regarding Chivas Femenil and Tapatío. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our official YouTube channel and like and share this and every single Chivas content. Thank you so much, Chiva Hermanos, for joining me. My name is Gabriela and I will see you next week. Signing off.